Black Caviar is a retired Australian thoroughbred racehorse undefeated in 25 races, including 15 Group 1 victories, eclipsing the previous mark set by Kingston Town. She was named WTRR World Champion Sprinter in 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013. Black Caviar was trained by Melbourne-based trainer Peter Moody, and apart from her first two runs, in which Jarrad Noske rode her, was ridden by Luke Nolen in all her starts except for the 2010 Patinack Farm Classic, where Ben Melham rode her while Nolen was suspended. She was retired on April 17, 2013. Breeding: Black Caviar was born on August 18, 2006 at 5.20 at Patinack Farm in Nagambie, Victoria. She grew up on the Goulburn River property and then went to Swettenham Stud in December 2007 for a 10-week yearling preparation, where she was then sold on behalf of Rick Jamieson to Peter Moody for $210,000 at the Melbourne Premier Yearling Sale. She is owned by G.J. Wilkie, K.J. Wilkie, Wherett Bloodstock Proprietary Limited, C.H. Madden, J. Madden, P.A. Hawkes, D.M. Taylor and J. Taylor. She was sired by Belle Esprit, winner of the Doomben 10,000, which also sired Belle Mare, a mare that won the Robert Sangster Stakes in 2009. Black Caviar was the first foal of her unraced dam Helsinge, a daughter of the British racehorse Desert Sun, that never won a major race but was placed in the Craven Stakes and the Sandown Mile. Desert Sun also sired the champion New Zealand racer mare, Sunline. Helsinge is also the dam of All Too Hard, winner of the 2013 All-Aged Stakes, the 2013 Futurity Stakes, the 2013 CF4 Stakes, the 2012 Caulfield Guineas and runner-up in the 2012 Cox Plate. As a descendant of the British broodmare Pinprick, Black Caviar is a product of the same branch of thoroughbred family 1P, which also produced the classic winners Ambiguity and Sodium. Black Caviar weighs about 570 kilograms and stands 16.2 hands high. Horses foaled in Australia have their official birthdays on August 1, whereas in the Northern Hemisphere, horses have their ages advanced by 1 year on January 1. This anomaly led to Black Caviar being officially described as a 6-year-old when she ran in England in June 2012, although she was still a 5-year-old by Southern Hemisphere reckoning. Time form rating: on March 31, 2011, Black Caviar was rated one of the top thoroughbred racehorses in the world for the first quarter of 2011 by Time Form. On April 17, 2013, she was once again ranked on top of the international thoroughbred rankings with a Time Form rating of 136. On May 3, 2013, Black Caviar was officially listed as the world's best horse for the period between November 1, 2012 and April 28, 2013 by the International Federation of Horse Racing Authorities, who compile the World Thoroughbred Racehorse Rankings. Overall, Black Caviar is rated as the 76th best flat racing horse in Time Form's limited history and the highest Time Form rated filly or mare, 11 pounds lower than Time Form's highest rated horse Frankel. It has to be added that Time Form has been rating flat racing thoroughbreds in Britain only since its founding in 1948, thoroughbreds beyond Britain only more recently, and horses who have raced exclusively in America only since approximately 2000. This is a relatively small slice of thoroughbred racing history in terms of time and geography, and within this limited scope Time Form rates 7 sprinters above Black Caviar. Racing career: 2008 €09, 2-year-old season Black Caviar started twice as a 2-year-old, winning her debut by 5 lengths before claiming the listed Blue Sapphire Stakes by 6 lengths. 2009 €10, 3-year-old season returning as a 3-year-old, she won first up in a listed race by 4 lengths. Stepping up to Group 2 level in the Den Hill Stakes at Flemington, she caused concern when she stumbled at the start. However, she recovered to keep her winning run going, beating the Colt Wanted by a 3/4 of a length. Moody, commenting on the mishap in the early stages, said, "I certainly had my heart in my mouth." A chest muscle injury sustained in the start kept her out of racing until the following January. That resuming run saw her take on the older horses in the Group 2 Australia Stakes at Moonee Valley, where she won by 2 1/2 lengths. Shortly after the race, the filly sustained an injury to a suspensory ligament in her right foreleg which kept her out for the rest of the season. 2010 €11, 4-year-old season returning as a 4-year-old in October 2010, Black Caviar won 2 more Group 2 races, the Scalorsi Stakes at Caulfield and the Moir Stakes at Moonee Valley by 5 1/2 lengths. She then was set for her first Group 1 race in the Patinack Farm Classic at Flemington, where she took on a field that included the highly rated West Australian sprinter Haylist, along with multiple Group 1 winners Star Witness, Melito and All Silent. Black Caviar produced what was described as an astonishing demolition job, and won by 4 lengths. After the race, the veteran trainer Lee Friedman, who had conditioned outstanding sprinters including Miss Andretti, described Black Caviar as the best I have seen. She resumed in February 2011 in the Lightning Stakes, where she defeated Haylist by 3 1/2 lengths, being eased down well short of the winning post. Her next start saw her carry top weight of 58 kilograms in the Newmarket Handicap at Flemington. Despite the weight, she again won in similar ease to her previous Group 1 wins and set a race record in the process. This performance earned her a rating of 130 from the IFHA, which made her the number 1 ranked horse in the world in the period of October 2010 to March 2011. The rating placed her only £3 behind Deja, the highest-rated sprinter of the previous 30 years. A 4th successive Group 1 win came in the William Reid Stakes at Moonee Valley before she ventured to Randwick in Sydney for the T.J. Smith Stakes. In this race, which attracted a crowd of 30,000, Haylist established a clear break on the field at the top of the straight and a huge upset briefly appeared possible. Black Caviar, however, accelerated past Haylist in the closing stages and won in very impressive style by 3 lengths. The Herald Sun described her performance as brilliant, dominant and unforgettable. She then travelled to Brisbane for the BTC Cup at Doomben, where she attracted a crowd of over 20,000, for another clash with Haylist. She won by 2 lengths over Haylist, which once again ran a clear second placing and confirmed his standing as Black Caviar's main rival. Buffering was a further 5 lengths away in 3rd place. Black Caviar was expected to end her season in the Doomben 10,000. However, her connections instead decided to spell her until the Australian spring. In the annual Victorian Thoroughbred Racing Awards, members of the racing media voted Black Caviar as Horse of the Year by 150 votes to 134 over So You Think. 2011 €12, 5-year-old season Black Caviar started her 5-year-old season by winning her second Scalorsi Stakes by 4 1/4 lengths. With this victory, she equalled 4 laps record of 14 straight wins. She won her 15th race in the Moir Stakes by a 6-length margin. She maintained her unbeaten record with win number 16 in the Patinack Farm Classic by 2.8 lengths from Buffering and Midsummer Music. After the Patinack Farm Classic, Black Caviar was spelled for the remainder of the spring racing season. She returned to racing by winning the 1200-metre Group 2 Australia Stakes at Moonee Valley on January 27, 2012 by 4.3 lengths in a time of 1.09.44 to remain undefeated over 17 starts. She then stepped up to 1400 metres for the first time on February 11 in the CF4 Stakes at Caulfield. The distance and wet track conditions led to media speculation that her unbeaten run was under threat, but she again won comfortably by 3.3 lengths in front of a crowd of 20,000. Black Caviar backed up a week later in the Coolmore Lightning Stakes on February 18 over 1,000 metres, where she was once again pitted against Haylist. She was challenged up until the 200m mark, then extended away to win by nearly 2 lengths. The win put her equal with American horse Pepper's Pride with 19 wins from 19 starts and behind only Kingston, which won all 54 of her races. She also equaled the long-standing Australasian record of successive wins jointly held by Desert Gold and Gloaming. On April 28, 2012, she won the Group 1 Robert Sangster Stakes by 4 1/2 lengths at Morphettville and in the process set a new Australasian record of 20 straight wins from 20 starts. The win also took her past the then unbeaten run of the American mares Inyata. Moody commented on her record-breaking run by saying that Luke was pretty kind to her, he gave her one little smack on the bum and she did the rest. Black Caviar returned to Morphettville 2 weeks later, winning the Goodwood Handicap by 1 length without being ridden out. In June, she was sent overseas for the first time for the Diamond Jubilee Stakes at Royal Ascot. On the 30-hour flight from Australia to England, she wore a specially designed compression suit, which helped blood circulation. The race on June 23 attracted a crowd of 80,000 to Ascot and was broadcast live in Australia, where crowds watched the event on a big screen in Melbourne's Federation Square. Racing over a straight 6 furlongs on rain-softened turf, Black Caviar won the Diamond Jubilee Stakes by a head from the French-trained filly Moonlight Cloud, with retired Agent a neck away in third. Nolen sent the mare past the Frankie Dettori-ridden Soul inside the last quarter mile, but after establishing a clear lead, he began to ease Black Caviar. Moonlight Cloud moved up on the stand side to draw almost level before Nolen began driving Black Caviar again in the final strides. Nolen said that his overconfidence had been a factor in the closeness of the finish. "It was an error that every apprentice is taught not to do, and I got away with it today." It was discovered during after-race X-rays that Black Caviar had sustained an 8-centimetre muscle tear somewhere in the race. Nolen felt the change in the horse and said he thought she'd done enough to get home. "I didn't want to annoy her anymore." Moody explained the mare had not coped with the 11,000-mile journey as well as he had hoped or expected. He also described her as appearing tired and worn out after the race. Based on Black Caviar's 22 victories, Timeform rated the Diamond Jubilee as her third lowest performance, 116. However, an examination by veterinarian Peter Angus and chiropractor Michael Bryant later revealed that Black Caviar sustained a grade 4 tear of the quadriceps and a grade 2 tear of the sacroiliac during the race. It was announced that Black Caviar would return to Australia to recover and bypass the originally intended second stage of her international challenge in the July Cup. On June 26, Moody explained that Black Caviar was expected to recover from her injuries and that, after an extended break, she would be prepared for a third Patinack Farm Classic. On July 31, Connections decided Black Caviar would not race during the Spring Carnival. In November 2012, Black Caviar was named European Champion Sprinter at the Cartier Racing Awards, becoming the first horse trained outside Europe to be so honoured. 2012 a Euro 13, 6-year-old season in February 2013 Black Caviar stretched her unbeaten run to 23 by winning the Lightning Stakes, breaking the course record which had stood for 25 years. It was the third time she had won the event. On February 21, 2013 Black Caviar was inducted into the Australian Racing Hall of Fame. This was only the second time an active competitor has been so honoured. In March Black Caviar made it 24 wins from 24 starts by winning the William Reid Stakes by 4 lengths. It was her 14th Group 1 win, equaling the record of Kingston Town. On April 13, 2013 Black Caviar won the 2013 T.J. Smith Stakes. It was the mare's 25th consecutive win and 15th Group 1 win, breaking the Australian record for the most Group 1 wins by a horse. The record was previously held by Kingston Town with 14. Interestingly, the Australian Racing Museum and Hall of Fame website says we know no girl, who raced in Australia before the current group system was introduced, won 15 races now classified as Group 1. On April 17, 2013 she was once again ranked on top of the International Thoroughbred rankings with a Timeform rating of 136. Retirement On April 17, 2013, it was announced that Black Caviar was officially retired from racing. Trainer Peter Moody sadly said, "The connections of the horse and I decided 25 was a great number and she did us proud on Saturday." Shortly after, a life-size bronze statue by sculptor Mitch Mitchell, of the champion mare was unveiled in the township of Nagambie. In the early morning hours of September 13, 2014, Black Caviar gave birth to her first foal, a bay filly by Exceed and Excel. On September 23, 2015, Black Caviar gave birth to her second foal, a colt by Sebring. It is planned the Black Caviar will be served by Snitzel for her third pregnancy. Race record. Pedigree. Black Caviar is inbred 3x4 to the stallion Vane, meaning that Vane appears once in the third generation and once in the fourth generation of her pedigree. See also, List of leading thoroughbred racehorses. References. External links, Black Caviar's Racing Victoria profile, Black Caviar on Twitter.